Chris Raynor. In a world where local legends are made, where college dreams take flight, and where the biggest names in sports collide, one man brings you the action, the insight, and the stories that matter. This is Sports Talk for Onslow County and beyond. You're locked in to Sports Talk with Chris Raynor, only on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to ride!
Good morning, sports fans. Welcome to Sports Talk. I'm your host, Chris Raynor. We have honored guests today from the Jacksonville Ospreys, Coach Josiah Zamora. How you doing today? Getting a little bit of time off to come in and talk to us. You don't have a school anymore, so that was the hold up before getting you out of there in the mornings and stuff. And Ellie Patino, the Ospreys owner, welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
Everybody, a lot of people had conflicts today that were going to be with us. We're going to have like 20 head in here today, but
yeah, everyone's prepped to win, getting ready for tomorrow. So.
Well, we got the two most important ones. You speak about tomorrow. We're going to talk about that big thing coming up, the Old North State League All-Star Game.
Yeah, big
awesome.
Event.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Let's thank our sponsors and get rolling, and then we're going to get everything that everybody needs to know about that All-Star Game and all the other events going on with it. Today's show is made possible by these fine sponsors: National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, the Jacksonville Ospreys, of course, CNS Paint, Ron Choate and Victor Case, Golden Corral, Mr. Billy Sewell, Rock Creek Golf and Country Club, Jones Onslow EMC, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, Jones LP Gas, located in Verona. I've told you this before, but did you know that, do you have a propane cylinder, like a propane grill or anything? $11 at Jones LP Gas to refill it on Fridays.
On Fridays, huh?
Yeah, on Fridays. So everybody needs to know on Fridays, $11. It's located right there in Verona. You can't beat that for $11. What are most places, like $20, $30? It's been a long time since I've had one done.
Sure.
Other fine sponsors we have: Southern Touch Painting, Fountain Management, Miss Sandra Fountain, Onslow County Motor Company, Ben Beasley and the gang, Barnes Diamond Gallery, Lane Associates Family Dentistry, Doctors Tommy and Kim Morgan, Bartley Insurance Services, Bill Mercer, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning. Make sure you get those air conditioners fixed. I had an issue with mine and got some good advice from our sponsors on how to fix it. We had my drain pipe wasn't dripping the water out, and the termite man went on and said, "Man, you got water on your house," which wasn't a lot. It's just the drip, But all you do is you hook the
vacuum.
Shop vac to it, and it sucks it right out, all the algae and crud and sludge. It was bad. But they helped me right out, and they're great people over there at Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning and Down East Heating and Air. Buddy, they'll get your stuff up and running. Our segment sponsors today are, of course, our racing report is powered by Onslow County Motor Company, Ben Beasley and the gang. The Jacksonville Osprey report. Did you know we have that every week now? I know you listen diligently every Friday morning.
If I'm not getting ready for baseball, I listen to it.
Usually y'all got something going on Friday mornings. Jacksonville Onslow baseball report is powered by Down East Heating and Air Conditioning. That's Jason Humphrey and the gang. And we want to thank Helen's Kitchen and Billy Grissett for feeding our Sports Talk crew. They're going to roll in here today with fried bologna and cheese sandwiches, cheeseburgers, or BLTs. So you'll have your choice. So y'all get to eat before you leave.
Nice.
You can also stay connected on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's at WSME Radio. On Facebook, you can follow us at Freedom 97.1 WSME. Listen online. You can stream live or catch up with all the podcasts at WSME971.com. And, of course, our studio hotline is 910-346-2248. If you have a burning question for the Osprey crowd or us, 910-346-2248. And we'll have a trivia question later in the show, too, where you can win a $25 Golden Corral gift card. $25 Golden Corral gift card. So be listening, and we'll give that number again later. I'll give it again right now. 910-346-2248. Don't call yet for the Golden Corral, but you can call if you have any questions for Osprey Land. The Osprey Nest. That's what we call it now, the nest, right?
The nest.
Is it the Osprey Nest or the Silly Goose Nest? Or does it depend on the day?
Well, it's the nest, I guess. I never thought about the Silly Goose Nest. So.
We'll just call it the nest. So what's going on? You have not much going on this weekend, do you? You got a carefree weekend.
I wish.
First of all, tell everybody what the times are of everything. Obviously tomorrow, Saturday, the 28th?
28th. So
right.
Tomorrow is the first ever of its kind Old North State League Home Run Derby and All-Star Game. And before that all starts, grateful for the city of Jacksonville and the Tourism Development Authority for sponsoring this event as well, because they are basically sponsoring a pregame Silly Goose party. It's free to the public, so think of it as a giant tailgating session. And whether people decide to stay and attend the game and the All-Star Game, that's up to them. But if all you want to do is come out and hang out at the ballpark and listen to great music, live music, there's splash pad, there's gonna be long games, wiffle ball, concessions, food. So.
And all that's free.
That's free, 3 to 5 p.m.
How will you handle the logistics of getting everyone in free, getting the ones out that aren't going to stay for the game?
So literally what we're going to have to do,
we
we discussed this with the city in as much detail as we possibly can. I think in practice it's going to be a little more challenging. But, yeah, at 4:45, everything will stop, and announcements will say, hey, look, you got to exit the park or exit the barricades, if you will, and that at 5:15 we'll start the ticketed event.
That's pretty cool.
So hopefully we can do that in a fairly efficient way and get that going. Yeah.
And you're hoping that you have 6,000 people there to have to deal with.
I don't even know.
What would you do if 6,000 people showed up?
I don't know. That'd be crazy.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be crazy.
And you've had really good crowds, so I'm expecting a good crowd for this. Looks like the weather's going to be nice, too.
Yeah, that's always a factor, especially in June. I mean, we had 3 weekends in a row right off the bat where weather was
that was
otherwise.
The liquid weather. This past week we've had the oppressive weather. But, man, out there we had a game one of those hot days, and that place, the breeze always blows in from the outfield, from the ocean direction. And it's never been where I felt uncomfortable there. And I'm a fat boy.
Especially evening game. I mean, we had a couple – we moved one Saturday game to 2 p.m. and dodged the rain sure enough that afternoon. It was warm, and then obviously we had a summer camp day game, which was a warm day. But the evening games, once that sun kind of gets to a certain angle, which is right after the game starts relatively, it's not bad at all. So.
And this one, the game will be starting at 7, so game times can be just about perfect.
Yeah.
Now, the Home Run Derby, what time will that start? You may have said, but just to make sure.
Yeah, so gates open at 5:15. Home Run Derby starts at 5:40, and that goes for about 45 minutes. It's not dozens of players. It's really just a handful of players, so to speak, out there trying to hit home runs. And then about half hour before the All-Star game, we will start those pregame ceremony activities and go from there.
Man, it's going to be a great time. I'm curious, Coach. You got a little time before the game starts. Are you going to be out there hitting dingers, showing everybody how it's done?
No, probably
You're not going to be the warm-up activity?
No, I might throw some BP to the guys, but it's if needed. But we'll see. Hopefully, it doesn't take too long to roll over to the game.
Well, what are the specifics of the Home Run Derby? How many players will be in it? Do you know?
There's 12.
12.
There's 12, but I have no idea.
Is it true what I've heard that they'll be allowed to use aluminum bats?
No.
Metal bats?
No.
Where did that vicious rumor start?
I don't know where that came
I
from.
was starting to say whoever's pitching batting
This
practice.
is summer wood bat
screen.
baseball.
Yeah, you would think. So
Yeah,
somebody was saying that it was one of the ones on the press porch the other day. So might have been one of our little folks that like to hang around every now and then and stuff.
No, these kids, the kids hitting home runs. I mean, they got some power.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got Jordan Overton on our team. He's rung
3
up
home runs
several
and what?
home runs.
3 2-run home runs and about 5 at bats in a row.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Within about 5 or 6 at bats because it was over 2 games.
Wow.
He hit a 2-run homer the night before and then hit 2 back-to-back 2-run homers. You know what I mean? His next at bats. So I think there was a break, maybe his first at bat. So probably within, wouldn't you say 5 at bats? He had 3 2-run homers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He upgraded his stats quickly with those 2 games. And then we got the rumor on the press porch that he had gone back to school. And all it was he had a day off for a class or something he had to take. And we were freaking out because, man, this guy's come alive and he's not coming back, but he's back, and that's great. Is he the only Osprey
You guys spread a lot of rumors in that press
No,
box.
no.
So.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're like 12-year-old little girls out there.
I heard something. I was like, I don't know what's going on. What's going on? over
Well,
here?
Jordan Monday through Wednesday has a class, so it's online.
So that's what it was.
So he does that.
He had
but-
something he had to be at and couldn't miss. And school comes first, of course.
Yeah.
Any other Ospreys in the Home Run Derby?
No, not in the home run derby. All-Star game there is,
Okay.
but not home run derby.
Tell us about your All-Star reps in the All-Star game.
So you got Jordan, obviously. There's pitcher Brody, he's a left-handed pitcher, and then a catcher who was replacement for one of the bogeys, Andreas Cortez.
Who left from the Bogies?
It was Charlie Munoz.
So the home run guy.
So yeah,
He's unable to attack.
So he won't be in the Derby either?
No.
What is his, and this is more rumors we hear, and I saw something on the website too. He holds like the NAIA record for most home runs in a career or something.
Yeah.
yeah. So I guess it's apparently the most home runs by any college ball player, technically.
Well, when I pulled that up, it pulled up a different guy. It was a D1 guy, actually, because I don't know if they play more games. Maybe.
So he surpassed
So he has
that
more
guy,
than him.
apparently.
Wow.
So.
That's
As
lot
a
of
college
home
ball
runs.
player, yeah.
So the all-time college baseball, and I guess he's got more time left too, right?
No.
I don't know.
Or is he done?
Yeah.
So they can play after their final season of college ball. They can still
Yeah.
play one more season.
He's-
See, and a lot of people don't know the rules of the Old North State. And let's get into that a little bit more too. Actually, finish what you're going to say about Charlie, and then we'll get into that.
Well, he's probably, hoping to get a contract professionally.
I would think so.
So that's the goal.
That
hope.
kind of power,
That'd be
especially
great for him.
showing that in the wood bat leagues too, you would think that, there would be something coming there. Minor league contract, free agent contract.
Yeah. I'd say FA probably free agent.
Where do those guys start out? Like the guys that do well with you guys when they finish school and sign as a free agent. We all know when you're drafted how that kind of works. But actually, let's go through that. Say you're drafted. What's your primary thing? Is it rookie league?
Yeah, you'd
Minor
show
league
up
ball?
to rookie ball in August, and then from there you'd kind of be evaluated where you're going high A, low A, double A. Really just depends the guys who are first through third rounders. Who they're
Yeah.
putting their money into as an investment. From that type of standpoint, they're going to give them the longest ticketed route to the double A, triple A. They're gonna.
And hopefully to the bigs one day.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to want to see that investment come through bare minimum compared to someone who's on a $25,000, contract.
Say an exceptional player like Mackenzie Gore from out of Whiteville. I'm already in the majors, isn't he?
Yeah.
Did he start in rookie ball, or did they go ahead and plant him in at double A or somewhere?
Oh no, everybody started in rookie ball.
Do
That's
they?
right after you get drafted.
That's kind of like your boot camp, sort of.
Yeah, pretty much. Unless you're, Alex Rodriguez or someone like that, where you just go straight to double A from the draft. I mean, depends on who you are. You're a high-end, talented college guy, someone like Paul Schemes, someone like that. But yeah,
Well,
pretty
Mackenzie
much.
Gore was out of high school was probably about as touted as there's been in a while.
Yeah.
At least from this area. The only two I remember, was he number one in the draft that year?
Yeah. To
The only other one I
Padres.
remember from this area, number one, was Brian Taylor years ago, well before you actually. You guys are young fellas. I'm sure you've heard the story though. Brian Taylor drafted number one by the Yankees.
Yeah.
Got in a fight, came back home, and he was helping protect his brother. It wasn't like he was out starting fights, but injured his pitching shoulder and was never the same. And he was the number one overall draft pick by the Yankees. I mean, destined to be, in Yankee Stadium. And unfortunate, that, stuff like that happens. So let's go back to the other route, free agent route. You don't get drafted. Is the free agent route the same thing? Do they still go to rookie ball, or is there a different league they'll start in?
Nah, you go in there. It really just depends when you sign, ultimately. But that route is definitely a lot harder.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're not getting paid money like everybody else. But the benefits long term for you that you have easier access to since they changed the rules makes it a little more financially stable.
So there's some leagues that they'll play in and not get paid anything?
No, like you have a base salary now throughout
I
a
got you.
year
Okay.
plus
But not
you
like
get-
a contract type thing.
No, they'll sign a contract.
Okay.
Like you have to, but
Okay.
like there's a rough minimum that any minor leaguer has to make.
What is it, do you know,
It's like 36,000.
a year?
Yeah, and you
That's-
don't have to worry about living situation or insurance. So
That has gone up recently, right? Like
Yeah.
before, it was like, I don't even know what it was. I imagine
Yeah.
it was nothing.
yeah, it was nothing. really, but
Well, that's cool. So they handle your insurance, give you a place to stay and all that?
yeah,
That's pretty good.
food, so
So how's the transition been for you going from high school to the collegiate bat league? There was a time, a little bit of overlap where you had both, didn't you?
yeah.
That was kinda hectic, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Just went to work in the morning and then went out there to practice. But yeah, I mean, it's been more relaxing now the past 2 weeks. Just kind of wake up and whether I need to go handle something for the high school or for them. I'm here and free, so really told the players, you know, whatever they need out of me. If they need to go up to the field, get some work, just call me. I'm around, you know, got nothing else to do, so pretty much at their service.
I wouldn't tell you everything. Ellie will have it out there setting up banners and mowing grass. And
Shoot.
Oh, he's
wouldn't
mowing
be.
a lot of grass, I'm sure.
I imagine.
Yeah.
Any coach.
I learned that he had to mow grass at the high school. I was like, what?
Yeah,
And your
man.
dad was telling me or something. I was
Yeah.
like,
Well, let's put it this way:
thought
the
they took care of that
good
for you.
coaches do that
Yeah.
because they realize that if they wait on the county to take care of it, you'll have a field that looks like crap. It's not
Yeah.
that there's anything wrong with what the county does; they just don't have the manpower and they don't put the attention to it. When grass is growing like it is now, you need to be mowing it twice a week,
Yeah.
3 times sometimes.
Twice,
Wow.
yeah, twice.
If you let it get away from you, got a problem.
I hear you.
Yeah, especially if you got the good grass. Now, if you got one of those fields like, you ever been to Goldsboro High School before?
No.
I hate to put Goldsboro on the spot, but their football field, I could go mow it with my zero turn, and it would probably be an improvement from whatever they're doing out there. It's just, you know, the ones like you guys and the other Onslow County schools we've seen that take really good care of their facilities. You got to do it yourself.
Yeah.
And so many people think, oh, these coaches got it made. They coach a sport. They're only in school eight months out of the year. They don't realize what you guys do during the summer.
Yeah.
How was that voice? Was that sound like a condescending person? That's what I was after. And your goal every year is to have a bad overlap, isn't it? Because obviously that means you guys have done something right in the high school season.
Yeah, I mean,
You want to go as deep as you can.
both seasons didn't interlap, thankfully, but next year, hopefully that would be the goal, considering what we did this past year.
Well, tell us about your finish up to the Cardinal season, and then we're going to jump more into the upcoming weekend stuff. You guys went towards the end of the season. You came on like gangbusters.
Yeah.
Started slow, but people don't realize when you're playing those Greenville teams, you're not. There's no gibbies in that league.
No.
What is it? The Big Carolina Conference.
It's something like that.
I think that's what it's called, yeah.
I mean, J.H. Rose, they went to the state championship for 3A, and then last year South Central for 3A.
Are they 4A?
No, South Central was 3A
Are
this
they?
year, but since everybody's moving, we'll all be 6A next year.
Everyone in the conference will be 6A.
Everybody will be 6A.
What about New Bern?
But DH Conley and New Bern will be 7A.
7A. Okay. So basically, it's staying the same, just different
Yeah.
logistics of
Yeah.
it.
Losing Northside and Havelock and getting White Oak.
So you're losing 2 and just gaining 1.
Yeah.
So will it be a 6-team conference or a 7-team?
It'll be 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
6.
that'll be interesting. You have more non-conference games to schedule next year.
Yeah.
That'll help. out a
Yeah,
little with
yeah,
that.
a little bit, but we'll still do the tournament stuff like that. But I'd say for us, what was the turning point? We had a tough loss, and then we hit the tournament, knowing at that time it was time to get in the right direction. And from there on out, the last 11 games, we won 9 of them
Wow.
to end the
So
year.
you finished 9-2, and then what'd you do in the?
and then we went to the third
playoffs?
round of playoffs, upset the number 5 seed in the second round, and then third round we lost by 1. It's 5-4.
Well, you probably upset somebody in the first round too, didn't you? Because weren't you the lower seed all the way through?
Yeah, I mean we were, but we knew that we had a good shot pitching wise to compete in the first round, and then second round, based in South Johnston, you know, we were definitely not favored. So
Hollywood's reaching for the trigger there, so I'll go ahead and let him do the trigger. That's our sign to go to break. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to hit a lot of Osprey stuff the rest of the show. We'll be right back on Sports Talk.
Coach.
Coming up on the next Goddard's Gold, artists that never hit number 1. Here's a sample. Badfinger, Bob Dylan never had a number 1. True. Martha and the Vandellas, Creedence, Gene Pitney, Tom Jones, Gary Puckett, The Searchers, Jackie Wilson, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, The Kinks. There are more artists that never hit number 1. Next Gold, Saturdays at 11 a.m. here on Freedom 97.1 and 1120 a.m. WSME.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want it painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
Rock Creek Golf and Country Club invites you to tee it up with them. Test your putting skill on the brand new greens at Rock Creek. Monday through Thursday, play for only $32. On Fridays, play for $37. And all military and seniors pay $35. On Saturday and Sunday, play for $44. And seniors and military pay $42. And now, Ladies' Day is every Wednesday, and the cost is only $28. All prices include cart and green fee. And all eagles, birdies, pars, bogeys, double bogeys, and others are free. Pro Rick Morton invites you to call anytime, 910-324-5151, 910-324-5151 for a tee time. Memberships available.
Attention property owners, are you fed up with bad tenants, under market rents, and late payments? At Fountain Management, we provide unrivaled levels of expertise and all the tools and services you need to make owning a rental property easy and profitable. Are you ready to talk about taking the management of your real estate investment to the next level? Well, contact us today. Fountain Management, 910-455-1609. We will make owning your rental property simple and rewarding.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where they love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Drs. Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
If you're looking to purchase a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV without the high pressure, Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, may be the dealership for you. At Onslow County Motor Company, they want to help you buy a car, truck, or SUV, not just sell you one. Buying a car, truck, or SUV should be enjoyable, and the folks at Onslow County Motor Company will do their best to make your car buying experience fun and relaxed. Check out their inventory online at ocmc.us or visit them at 1639 Lejeune Boulevard. All vehicles are hand-selected, and a standard warranty comes with most vehicles with extended warranties available, and Carfax is free. Stop by and visit Ben, Brandon, Travis, Terry, or Dave. They will gladly answer all your questions about a particular model. Financing? OCMC will finance most anybody. Great selection. Great people. Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, where customers send their friends. Call today, 910-355-7066.
You're locked into Sports Talk with Chris Raynor, only on Freedom 97.1, WSME.
Hey, welcome back to Sports Talk. I'm your host, Chris Raynor. It is time for our racing report, sponsored by the Onslow County Motor Company. Ben Beasley and the gang, go see them for all your used car needs. We're going to talk in a little bit about your barely running used car you got. We'll get with that. It didn't come from Ben Beasley because it'd be really running if it came from there. And we'll talk about what y'all did, and that's a pretty cool thing. Some barely running cars. Actually, these cars ran pretty good too. The race in Pocono this past weekend, which was the last weekend it's going to be on Prime. There's a big thing in the sports community now about putting stuff on streaming services. A lot of people love it. you know, people with traditional over-the-air TV and cable don't like it because you got to get something else to watch the games on. But it's all a big thing in NASCAR now. The last 4 races have been on Prime. The race in Pocono was won by Chase Briscoe. Have you ever been to Pocono before? The Poconos, not the racetrack, but the Pocono Mountains. They say it's beautiful up there in Pennsylvania.
I never have.
So it's a good place to go visit. Chase Briscoe in a Toyota won the race. Denny Hamlin in a Toyota second. Ryan Blaney in a Ford third. Chris Buescher in a Ford fourth. And then Chase Elliott in a Chevrolet in 5th place. I don't see the points leader anywhere up near the top. He finished all the way back in 27th. William Byron was the points leader coming in for NASCAR. Still the points leader, so he must have had a pretty substantial lead because that wasn't a very good finish. Byron is first in the points. Kyle Larson, then Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, and Chase Elliott. Ryan Blaney is 6th in a Ford. So the NASCAR season's getting ready to heat back up there, where people can actually see the races. They're headed to Atlanta Motor Speedway. That's a great track. It's one of the best ones that I've not gone to. Most of the ones in the Southeast I went to back in the day when NASCAR was really hot and heavy. But Atlanta's one I'd like to go to. It's probably the fastest speedway on the circuit now. They have other ones like Talladega and Daytona that are bigger and faster, but they have these little things called restrictor plates to keep the air from coming in the motor so they don't go too fast. It slows them down a little. They were getting so fast that when they got like sideways, they were like lifting off the ground.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's not good.
I've only been to Concord, Lowe's Motor Speedway once.
Oh, yeah, that's a great speedway. You only been one time?
Yeah, as a Marine, when we went out there as a working party and we served food to all the VIPs.
What year was that? Roughly.
Would have been 2004.
Oh, that was in the prime time. It was probably full then, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was packed.
Yeah,
I've never been to a
they've had a
NASCAR
hard
race.
time getting folks.
That was crazy.
NASCAR's made a bunch of changes over the years that the fans haven't agreed with. One is ticket prices going up, and then packing them. You remember that race back then? You were like,
yeah, we went to a race. It was standing room. It was standing room only.
People were hot and heavy for a long time, and then NASCAR kind of got away from, quote, the beer and chicken crowd. They went more for the wine and cheese crowd. Wine and cheese stayed about 5 years, and then they decided it wasn't their thing, and then they lost beer and chicken. So, that's the way NASCAR routes were, the Southeast, you know. But yeah, Charlotte's a great track to watch a race at. They go pretty much so far away you almost can't hear them. Because Charlotte's so big. That's awesome that you guys were able to work that.
Yeah, we went out there and we took this barely running Marine Corps bus out there, and we made it out there. So.
Did you buy it from the same place you bought the barely running used car? It was a government car, wasn't it? A G car. But they'll be at Atlanta this weekend. That's a very fast track, great place to watch a race. So tune into your NASCAR race this weekend. And I want to thank, once again, Onslow County Motor Company, Ben Beasley and the gang for sponsoring our racing report. That's a great segue into, before we talk about the All-Star game, is it next Tuesday's game you'll do that?
Yeah, so Tuesday.
Tell us about the Tuesday event.
Yeah, so Tuesday, July 1st, we came up with this event called, like sometimes people can win a car. Well, we can't afford to give away a nice car. So, frankly, so we said, well, let's give away a barely running used car. And we wanted to find a car that had character, that at least ran point A to point B. It's definitely probably likely a project car for whoever gets it, but it's free.
Yeah.
And if you win it, you got to be 18 or older. Then basically at the gate on Tuesday, anyone that comes in that's 18 or older will get a ticket, and we'll raffle it off later in the game. And then you can buy more tickets during the game should you wish to increase your odds.
Say a person like me could buy a ticket. Yep. It doesn't have a ticket store.
And then we're going to have one of the on-site police officers actually draw the tickets, so it's watched and official, and no one thinks it's rigged. And whoever wins is we'll figure out the title stuff after that. But yeah,
you're gonna let them do a victory lap around the field with it first, if it was
with the mascot. Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
Probably crash it.
You talked about the mascot. Now, would Tuesday be a Osprey game or a Silly Goose game?
Yeah, good question. I believe it's Osprey game, I believe.
Well, tell everybody about the alter ego and why that was done, and what that means, especially like the kids and stuff.
Yeah, so a lot of teams in minor league baseball or summer collegiate ball have alter egos, and we wanted something that was fun, that was family friendly, that the kids would like too. And we came up with, in our naming contest back 2 years ago, gooses or fighting geese was kind of in that final round because of all the geese all over Western Boulevard.
Everywhere.
So in October, we actually came up with the idea of the Silly Gooses. And there's a lot of cool things and funny things. And that you can tie in with that. So we came up with the logo, and we couldn't decide on the color for the logo. So I texted out to several families that had kids, and every single one of the kids picked the exact same color scheme.
Really?
Yep.
The more brightly colored, yeah.
Yeah, I texted the coach some more. I texted to several ball players that were returning. I was like, and everyone said a different color. I'm like, oh, that doesn't help. So, and then I said the next day, I said, you know what? We're going to let the kids decide. So I sent it out to I think 8 different kids saw it. And all of them picked the exact same color scheme. It's like, all right, done.
And it's definitely brightly colored. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so that's how the Silly Goose came about. And then we emailed Mayor Phillips, and he's a good sport. And I said, Mr. Mayor, would it be all right if we name our Silly Goose mascot after you? So his official name is Sammy the Silly Goose.
Okay. I thought because his nickname was Silly Goose, but okay, because it's Sammy. That makes sense.
Yeah, Mayor Phillips is a good sport.
Sammy knows he's a good sport. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he replied. He said he think that'd be fun for the community.
Sammy the Silly Goose. And, of course, the Ospreys mascot is?
Orville the Osprey.
Orville the Osprey. So how's that help? Not help, but how's that change the merchandising? You've got, obviously, some Silly Goose jerseys and shirts and stuff. Are they selling pretty well?
They're selling steady, yep.
Everybody seemed to like them a lot.
Yeah, we ran out of jerseys early because it takes so long to get them in. Because we have to buy all the jerseys from a league-approved provider.
Yeah.
So once they sell out, frankly, if we order more, they might not get here till the season ends. So we run the risk of and to allocate those funds for more jerseys, we'll just have to try to be more heavier going into next season. So, but yeah, we got shirts, hats. Pennants, kids like to collect pennants, put them on the wall, stuff like that. So
the multicolored stuff. Coach, how many jerseys you guys got now? How many different styles?
We just have 3.
3
right now.
You just have the military camo look, right?
Yeah.
Are there any hats with the camo on it?
No, but you know what? I was thinking next year we probably have to do that.
The one over there, this my Panthers hat I had that was in the bag when I took it out, so make sure Hollywood didn't grab it with the bag. See, I like the digital camo look. That would be pretty cool to do something like that with you guys.
Yeah, I told Coach that once we get through this season, we'll definitely integrate his thoughts as far as because he's fresh out of it. He sees way more baseball than I do.
Oh yeah,
and maybe we can come up with a fresh look for maybe a home jersey or away jersey or something of that nature.
And jerseys have changed a lot over the years. Remember, all you had was that heavy duty stuff that was just not comfortable. It's because the schools would have it and have to turn it in and use it every year. Now the jerseys have gotten so much more, almost like lightweight and breathable. What is the thing they do now with the color thing called sublimation or something?
Sublimation.
To where it makes it more ingrained in the fabric instead of something that's going to peel off.
I'm not sure how it's done, but I'm sure it's pieces of fabric that are flat. And then it's like they heat press it in there. But it makes it where it doesn't peel off, or you don't have the wear and tear like you used to. They're just so much more comfortable looking than they used to be. No. I don't know if you were a Seinfeld fan, but remember the episode where George Costanza decided he was working for the Yankees and he was going to go to all cotton instead of the polyester uniforms, and then realized that cotton shrinks. So anyway, there's a new way of doing it now, and it's more comfortable. I noticed even the high school teams. They'll have so many different variations. Like your team probably has. How many high school jerseys do you guys have? Probably 3 or 4?
Yeah, we use 3, but we have a lot more than 3.
Right, like the shirts and stuff that are different. Like in the old days, you would just have the 2. You'd have the white and the colors, and that's it. Yeah. So it's opened it up a lot, and that helps with marketing and selling stuff. I wish you had your what is Juliet's title? Marketing director?
Yeah, lead marketing director.
Yeah, I wish she could have made it today because she could tell us more about some of the stuff, but. You guys will have the concession stuff all open during the Silly Goose Party.
Yep.
And during the Home Run Derby and the game, obviously.
Yep. We have full concessions. I believe there's several food trucks my wife has lined up. Beer would be sold all throughout the day. So, yeah.
And you guys got those good hot dogs going, too.
Yeah, hot dogs, nachos. And, so, first year we've been able to sell that as a team. So that's.
And that helps, too, not to have to contract everything out.
Yeah, 2 months of baseball, you got to strike it while it's hot because weather, like I said, 3 Saturdays in a row, weather dictated otherwise, and those days are revenue-wise almost nothing. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta roll with the punches as we go. So
will any of those games be made up?
Actually, Sunday is a Bogies game, so we're gonna make up 2 games on next Sunday, July 6th. I don't know how many other games we gotta. No, that was a away game.
I was starting to say I missed something. Okay.
For the home games. Yeah, we technically need to make them up. Now, if we get to a situation where,
It doesn't
we
matter.
clinch for playoffs and it doesn't really matter, then maybe it's a moot point. We've actually, for all the rainouts, we've been very vocal on social media and sending emails out saying, look, you can use that ticket for any future Ospreys game outside the All-Star game. Just keep it simple because there's been multiple rainouts.
Well, and it will probably come down to that at the end if it's. I mean, you guys were what 11 and or what was the conference record? You were like three or four games ahead at one time, right?
Yeah.
What's the lead, what's the conference standings now? While you're looking it up, but say it gets to the end and you only have a couple of games to make up, and you're 3 games ahead. Obviously, you probably just won't make them up, will you?
Well, we have to make them up, all of them.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Right now we're like half a game ahead still, so we're 9-4. I think the next closest is 9-5.
Is that's the determining factor for the division, not conference? I guess it's division. Yeah. And then after that, what do they go by? Overall record, if you were tied with somebody, or head to head?
It'd go head to head.
Head to head first.
Yeah, head to head.
How many times do you play each team in your division?
Play each team 6. So there's 5 teams, so we'll have technically 6.
So I guess that's all you play then is division then, right?
Yeah, but we have a couple that are like on our side, you know. The
like
east
New Bern.
side, New Bern, Tarboro.
How did New Bern not get put in our division? Is it just because they had to draw the line somewhere?
Yeah, because the Tidewater, you know, New Bern's part of that, you know, Tarboro, the Outer Banks, and, you know.
Ooh, they got a little travel time, don't they?
So, we're hoping they would be because 6 games right there, it makes for easy travel,
between
right?
them and us, yeah.
And
they're probably the closest team to us and not in the division, right?
And our GM was like, man, they should have, put some closer teams to us. So the only closer team is New Bern, frankly. Tarboro is a little closer, but being on the coast, every team along the coast has that same problem where we always have to travel this way. Now, if you're in the middle of the state,
well, now they're making
a little easier situation.
Inland a little bit. You got the Sandhills Bogies.
Yeah.
Give the teams just in the division while you had it right there. Is Brunswick in the division?
No.
So there's no longer a Brunswick team. So the Oak Island and the Shiloh Challywags.
So are those teams in the division?
Yes.
Okay, my bad then.
So we travel down there. So a little closer than.
So give us the division.
So our division, we got us, of course, Oak Island, Loggerheads, Sandhill Bogies, Shiloh Challywags, the Laurinburg Highland Hooligans.
That's probably the farthest.
And the Hope Mills.
No.
Hope Mills the farthest?
Nah, Sandhills. Pinecrest.
So Sandhills is further than Laurinburg, and
you got to travel around that
Pinecrest
Army base over there.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't realize you went all the way to Pinehurst. That's awesome. Yeah. That's pretty far out.
Now, this could change in the future. I mean, who knows? But I don't.
It would be nice to get New Bern back in the fold.
If we got New Bern and say we drop, the Bogies.
Yeah,
and
that'd make it about perfect, wouldn't it?
That would actually make travel as ideal as possible, frankly, for
more of a southeastern North Carolina type thing. Yeah. Let's get into the nuts and bolts of All-Star Weekend. First of all, let's start with the Silly Goose Party. Tell them, everybody. I know it starts at 4 o'clock, 4 to 6, or is it 4 to
3 to 5?
3 to 5. I'm sorry, 3 to 5.
So 3 to 5. It's completely free to the public. You could just show up, no ticket, nothing. If you just want to come play in the splash pad, listen to live music from Nicholas Vernon, North Carolina country music recording artist. He's up and coming. I listen to the guy. He's as good as any other country singer I've heard. And so the city's sponsoring that event, concessions, and then, like I said, at about 5 p.m., that event will end, and it'll turn into a ticket event. So anyone that wants to stay past 5 p.m. will need to buy a ticket to attend the All-Star game.
How much is the ticket for All-Star?
$12 for 4 and up.
And that covers both events, right?
That covers both events, and 3 and under is free.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yep.
All right, we're going to take our I beat him to it. We're going to take our second break. When we come back, we're going to talk more about All-Star Weekend with the staff from the Jacksonville Ospreys. Carolina Ospreys.
Freedom 97.1. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local Carrier indoor weather team, serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967. Now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Remember, Better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the carrier experts, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hampstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Humphrey Heating and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and pay top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only carpet protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, solid tech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home that's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2024 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering. They're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering. Family owned and operated since 1997. With locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering. You stand on it, we stand behind it.
Hello, this is Bill Mercer of Bartley Insurance Services. If you are on group health coverage and thinking about retiring soon or turning 65 this year, I will be glad to meet with you to discuss your options. This transition can be intimidating to anyone, so it is important to have someone to make you comfortable and answer your questions and ease your mind. That is what I promise to provide, and there is no charge for the consultation. I simply want to be your agent. If you are considering the cost of possible future facility care or in-home care and think you've waited too long, I would like to meet with you because you have options that will pleasantly surprise you. At Bartley Insurance Services, we dedicate ourselves to providing you with best-in-class advice, and we promise to treat you with the dignity and respect you deserve. We provide a wide array of insurance. We want to be your agent, so please call Bill or Drew Mercer today at 910-346-2170 to schedule this important conversation. You'll be glad you did. You have my word. Thank you.
Down East Heating and Air Conditioning, a family tradition of quality since 1986.
Hey, did you hear? Daikin, the #1 air conditioner manufacturer in the world, has teamed up with Down East Heating and Air Conditioning.
Down East Heating and Air Conditioning, a family tradition of quality since 1986. DownEastHeating.com.
Down East and Daikin? Now that's a cool combination. Let Down East put its award-winning team to work for you. One-day install on heating and air system changeouts and no cooking on install day. Dinner is on us.
Down East Heating and Air Conditioning, a family tradition of quality since 1986. DownEastHeating.com.
It's Sports Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Got a beat up glove, a homemade bat, and a brand new pair of shoes. You know, I think it's time to give this game a ride. Oh, put me in cold, I'm ready to play today. Put me in cold, I'm ready to
Hey, welcome back to Sports Talk. I'm your host, Chris Raynor. We have Coach Josiah Zamora. Welcome, Coach of the Jacksonville Ospreys.
How you doing?
Also, Jacksonville Cardinals. You wear 2 hats. Today, you're wearing a different hat there. But yeah, you wear your hats for baseball. And then, of course, we have Ellie Patino, the owner, with us today. We're going to have our Jacksonville Osprey Report, sponsored by Down East Heating and Air Conditioning, Jason Humphrey in the gang. I was going to do that, but I figure I've got the experts right here. So let's talk about what you've done the past week. Now, is there a game tonight?
In New Bern.
Yeah, in New Bern. Was that by design, or are most teams playing the night before the All-Star game?
Maybe. I mean, especially with the rainouts that they've had this month, I'm sure a lot of teams are playing Sunday, then the very next day, just to make up games.
Well, give us a rundown of the last week. We had a little rough patch there, but after that, things have stabilized. What was there a game yesterday too? I think
no,
or day before.
Tuesday.
Yeah, that would be Tuesday then. Okay. So what was the away game? The last away game. How did that one go?
8-3. It was 8-3. So
win or
no?
Okay. No. So we're gonna put that one behind us then concentrate on tonight's game, which is at New Bern. If people wanted to go see an away game, which I've been saying I've been wanting to go, tonight might be a good one to go to. Yeah. Where is it at in New Bern?
Yeah, so they play at Kiefer Park. It's a park that's been there for a long time. Ballpark has a lot of history, rich history up there, and yeah, so it's right there near. Just Google search it, you'll find it.
Okay.
And I think it's a nice little quaint, community park. So I think New Bern, frankly, is doing a lot of good things up there. I know their GM through the league, and he's always very vocal, very community oriented. So. And
they're the New Bern Southpaws.
Southpaws, yeah.
Okay. And
I think on Friday nights are the nightcaps, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe tonight they're the nightcaps. They
have an altar you go to. Okay, nightcaps. The nightcaps. That's interesting.
It's like a skeleton or something.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know.
A lot of people, know nightcap is a little drink you have before you go to bed.
No,
that's what nightcaps used to be called. So that's interesting. So. Who's our main threat in our division? Can you pull up the standings real quick in the division, and we'll go through the whole division standings. While you're doing that, I want to talk with Coach Zamora. We had talked off the radio or off the air a minute about the difference between a woodbat summer collegiate league and the minor leagues. Everybody knows that. A lot of times it's the same talent level. They're just you got kids that are in a commitment to a college that are playing in the woodbat leagues, right?
Depends. I mean, there's levels of, who's talented enough or who could potentially get picked up.
Yeah.
But from a skill set standpoint, there's still a lot that these kids have to do to get to that point. For sure.
So you got a couple. I know I'm a UNCW Seahawk. You got a couple of Seahawks on the team. Any other D1 schools that are you have on the roster?
Yeah.
Which ones?
Got Jordan Overton. He's from Iona. Josh Martinez, UNCW. Got a pitcher, Ricky Hernandez. He was at Oral Roberts, but he's now in the transfer portal. Another pitcher from Bellarmine in Kentucky. And then we had two from Eastern Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the MAC.
Yeah.
A lot of people know the MAC because of college football. When you're in the middle of college football season, all of a sudden, about halfway through the season, the MAC starts playing games on Tuesday and Wednesday nights. So you got college football all week back when the MAC's playing. Yeah. So you got that talent. Overton, and who's the other one from UNCW? There's one other. Is it Mack? Jason Mack?
Yeah, but he left UNCW.
Oh, did he?
He was at a D1 JUCO in Florida this past year.
Okay.
And he just committed to go to a D2 in Florida. So he's had a good success with leaving since he's left UNCW.
Now, did you play ball with Brandon Bannerman, or were you well before him?
I was way before.
Way before him. I didn't realize you're that old.
3 years.
So youthful looking. I didn't realize you're in your 70s already.
Yeah.
So, but you do Bannerman from Southwest.
Yeah.
You know, he was at Southwest High School, then went back to Trask to finish his senior season. And he's at Longwood, is that correct?
No, he was at Longwood, but he left. He was at Lenore this past year.
Okay, Lenore Community College.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Has he got potential to catch on somewhere again?
Yeah, I think he's a toolsy guy.
I think so too.
You know, he's a pretty fast twitch athlete, but he has stuff he needs to work on, I'd say, for sure, before he gets back to the Division I level.
And he played at Brunswick last year.
Yeah, with
correct,
the
in the league. Did you have any other players like that said, man, I like the way things are in Jacksonville. Can I play there next year? Is that the way?
Yeah.
Can they do that if they want to?
They could, yeah. I mean, we had 3 guys from Brunswick serving service that game. So Jordan was one of them. Brandon was one of them, and then Ellis. Ellis is the big first baseman.
And then I saw one of ours that's playing for another team this year. I can't remember the name. It was the last home game. I can't remember the name, but I remember the name when I saw it. I'm like, he played for us last year, so he's just in a different area, you know. Now, when these kids come to the area, tell us about the host families and what they mean to this team as far as helping, you know, obviously give the kids a place to tell what the whole host family situation is.
So that'd be more of you.
Yeah, host family is for any summer team. You know, no matter where you're at, Cape Cod, here, CPL, it doesn't matter. There would be no summer ball if there weren't host families, because especially now, today's cost of housing and stuff is just outrageous, right?
Yeah.
So host families, provide a safe, clean environment for these players to stay in, and these players come from all over the place. So we have a player from Japan that come out here, and and host families, they get season passes, they get discounts and everything. We do a host family night. Really try to integrate the host families, and if the host families have kids in the household, that probably play a sport. It doesn't have to be baseball; it could be anything. I could tell you, I hosted 2 of the Japanese players last year for a weekend before the host family got back from a vacation, and by the end of the weekend, my son, who doesn't play baseball, and we had 2 pitchers, he was like, "Oh, I think I want to be a pitcher."
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh."
And they probably showed him a few things too in the backyard.
Yeah, so
that's pretty awesome.
Having these players around, especially in a family environment with athletes, can be very beneficial. So.
Well, the player you have now is Oikawa from Japan.
Kensei
Oikawa is the last name, I think. Yeah. And it's isn't he from Miyagi Province in Japan? Is that like culture shock coming here? Does he have to have an interpreter, or
he understands some English? But I think it is somewhat of a culture shock.
That's awesome,
for him,
though,
depending on where
to
you're
come
coming
and have
from
that
Japan. experience.
Like, imagine, an American kid being able to go to Japan and doing the same type thing.
Yeah,
just the things you learn and the new experiences and stuff. Well, we got to take our last break. When we come back, we're gonna have This Day in Sports, and then we'll finish up with all the stuff about the All-Star Game and our trivia question right back on Sports Talk.
This week on Casey Kasem's American Top 40, the 70s, we're taking you back to June 21st, 1975. You'll hear all the top 40 hits and great stories as only Casey could tell them. So be sure to join us this weekend on American Top 40, the 70s.
Saturday mornings, 8 to 11 on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Get red, white, and bodacious savings during the Employee Pricing Plus event at National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Get massive discounts on a massive inventory of new Jeeps, Ram trucks, and the performance of Dodge. See them all at nationaldodge.com.
Visit National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Highway 17 in Jacksonville.
It's a national thing. Go National!
Golden Corral, the only one for everyone, featuring their famous buffet with all-you-can-eat baby back ribs and chicken tenders served nightly and all day Sunday. Choose from one of 20 selections on the dessert bar and bakery, including chocolate, carrot cake, chocolate pie, apple pie, and our famous banana pudding. Remember, breakfast served every day at 7:30 a.m. with brunch at 10 a.m. Dinner with carved meats at 4 p.m. Senior Early Bird Buffet with a beverage starts daily at 1 p.m. For catering opportunities, call 910-455-3773 or visit goldencorral.com. Golden Corral voted the #1 buffet for 10 years in the 2024 Best of the Best by the Jacksonville Daily News. Dine in, take out, drive through, and delivery available.
Hey, it's Rick Dees reminding you that Jacksonville's and Greenville's Golden Corral is the only one for everyone. Golden Corral is #1.
Pro Image Promotional Solutions in Jacksonville. A one-stop for your custom tees, sweats, hooded sweats, caps, and outerwear. Pro Image will design uniquely for you. Pro Image will do screen prints, digitize, and embroider right on site at their location in Jacksonville at 51 Plaza Drive B, just behind the Pizza Hut on Gum Branch Road. Pro Image Promotional Solutions, specializing in helping schools, businesses, church groups, civic organizations, and recreation sports teams with uniforms and their team gear. See Mark Houston for ideas on how to make your personal business wear look professional and appealing. For more information, visit proimagenc.com. That's proimagenc.com or call 910-347-0004. Again, that's 910-347-0004. Pro Image Promotional Solutions, just behind the Pizza Hut on Gum Branch Road, Jacksonville.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in the heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Why not relax and take it easy? From our 24/7 phone system to self-service payment kiosks, online member portal, mobile app, and pay where you shop options, paying your bill is easy. Save your gas. Take the easy path to convenience. See all the hassle-free ways to pay and manage your account today at joemc.com/easy.
When it comes to paint and painting supplies, whether a contractor or homeowner, since 1957, people have depended on C&S Paint for all their paint, painting supplies, and accessories, as well as providing expert knowledge in helping with a particular paint project. C&S Paint, with locations in Jacksonville, 6 Doris Avenue, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, and 105 Wayne Drive in Morehead City, C&S Paint is close and convenient to cover the Crystal Coast with quality Pittsburgh paint for any project, residential or commercial. Color is often the first impression of a home or community. Pittsburgh Paint's team of designers, experienced in both new home construction and residential repaint, have compiled over 2,000 color schemes to provide you with a selection that appeals to homeowners. A beautiful and lasting paint job starts with quality Pittsburgh paint. For more information, phone 910-455-0210 or visit C&S Paint, 6 Doris Avenue, Jacksonville, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, and 105 Wayne Drive in Morehead City, or online, cspaintcenter.com. C&S Paint, Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville. Freedom 97.1, WSME.
Hey, welcome back to Sports Talk. I'm your host, Chris Raynor. It's Friday,
WSME,
June 27th. We want to welcome back our guests and reintroduce them. Ellie Patino, the owner of the Jacksonville Ospreys. Thank you. Co-owner with your wife.
Of course.
She couldn't be here today. Give her a shout out.
Hey, love my wife, Arlene Patino, and behind every man, there's a great woman. And without her, you might see me at the games running around and wearing silly costumes, which my wife buys. Frankly, she dresses me for the games, but she's in concessions. She's like, "Hey, make sure we get this. Make sure you get the beer," and she's helping me not forget everything. Because if it wasn't for her, this would be. There's only so much I can do. So.
Well, I'm going to ask you a question you might not know the answer to. You know the answer. Who bought it? Did she buy you the Ted DiBiase costume? Do you know who Ted DiBiase was? The $1 Million Man was a wrestler that wore the money stuff all over.
Yeah.
Did she buy you that one?
She said, as soon as you guys come up with the theme schedule, send it to me. So we did, and she bought Dylan and I those same outfits. We
It's
tried
so
them all
funny
the time.
because Luke Schwartz was at the game that night. I said, Luke, you need to get with Ellie, you know, and or I told him earlier in the week, you need to get with Ellie to talk about the All-Star game coming up and everything. He said, yeah, we're going to do that. And I didn't know you'd be dressed like a pimp from South Central or something down there.
There's a picture of me where I put some fake grills in my mouth.
Like
I
the
don't know if
gold?
it's circulating yet. but I sent that to and Dylan was holding a bunch of money. Like
Had a
that.
bunch of Benjamins on your shirt and everything. And of course, Coach Josiah Zamora, thanks for being with us today.
Yes, sir.
We're talking this stuff up. Gonna get some people out to the ball game this weekend. It's the time in the show where we do this day in sports history. All this stuff happened on a June 27th at some time or another. Some of it will elicit some stimulating conversation. Some won't. So we'll just basically take turns going around the table. The first one, we do want to do our trivia thing. Let's get that out there for us. Thank you. That's why he's the best in the business. We have a $25 Golden Crowd gift card. Put this phone number in your phone because this one, if you don't get this one, you haven't been paying attention. 910-346-2248. 910-346-2248. Our trivia question today is for a $25 Golden Crowd gift card. What is the alter ego of the Jacksonville Ospreys? We talked about it earlier. They have an additional name, a second name. It's bird related too, so it's pretty easy to get. What is the alter ego of the Jacksonville Ospreys, the secondary name that they use? And call 910-346-2248. Hollywood will get you on the phone while we're doing this. That didn't take long. I'm going to do the first one while he's getting them lined up there. Actually, we're ready for him. Hey, caller, who we got on the phone there?
Hi, this is Brittany Hughes.
Hello, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Good. Who have we got on the line there? Uh-oh. Did we lose you? Oh, hello, caller. What's your name again?
Brittany Hughes.
Hello, Brittany. Thank you for calling Sports Talk. Do you know the alter ego of the Jacksonville Ospreys for a $25 Golden Crowd gift card?
I do. It's the Silly Gooses.
Very good. You've been listening, paying attention. Have you been to the Ospreys games this year?
I have.
All right. Well, make sure you're out there Saturday, tomorrow, for the All-Star game and Home Run Derby and the Silly Goose Party. That'll be a good time.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you for calling Sports Talk. Hold on. I got to get information. Yeah, hang on. Don't hang up. But I have to say bye to her, though. Hang on for Hollywood. He'll get your information, okay?
Perfect.
A $25 Golden Crowd gift card. Thank you. All right, let's jump into this day in sports history. In 1860, the first running of the Queens played at Toronto's Carlton Track, North America's oldest continually run racehorse. So that was the oldest one in North America before the Belmont, the Preakness, the Kentucky Derby in 1860. I don't remember back that far, even as old as I am. All right, Ellie, you got the next one.
All right, 1914, defending champion Jack Johnson beats fellow American Frank Morin on points in 20 rounds in Paris, France, to retain his lineal heavyweight boxing title.
I wonder how long they've been boxing. I mean, that's pretty far back. I mean, I guess you've been fighting as long as you can think about it. All right,
Yeah.
Coach.
1924 British Open Men's Golf, Royal Liverpool GC. American Walter Hagen wins his second Open Championships, one stroke ahead of runner-up Ernest Whitcomb.
Are either one of you guys golfers?
A little bit.
Not really, no.
So you've gotten it into enough to getting frustrated about
I
it?
stay confident with my golf game, but I don't golf a lot lately. So.
Are you consistently inconsistent?
Yeah.
That's what I am in my golf game, yeah. What would you say your average shot score is?
I don't know. I mean,
90, 100. That's good. Get
Average.
under 100.
Over
Once
100.
you break under 100, you're good. Then you want to get under that 90, and then that's where I've kind of stalled, staying in the 80s, but I'll take it. I don't hit it like I used to. I got too much belly up front. It restricts my swing. Now, you playing, if you've hit golf balls, obviously some, it's a different swing than the batting swing, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
And so many times you're coming back flat because, you got to get up right with the golf swing. It's tough to do both at the same time.
Yeah.
All right, you had the last one, right?
Yeah.
All right, in 1939, the Brooklyn Dodgers tied the Boston Bees 2-2 in 23 innings, called on account of darkness after 5 hours and 5 minutes. They must have started around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If we ever get in a game where it's 2-2 and in the 23rd inning, I'm probably not still going to be there.
I'm
What do
gonna
you
be
think?
sleeping.
Yeah, because starting at 7, let's see, you'd be after midnight. I'm sure
I
there's
think
somebody.
everyone on the team probably would have pitched a little bit by that point.
Just for curiosity's sake, is there any restrictions out there for time? Like a time you have to have the lights off by?
No.
I don't think anybody lives in that area anymore.
It'd
really.
be good publicity, but I don't think it'd be good for our bullpen.
No,
so.
it wouldn't. It wouldn't be good for anybody. I'd be zoned out. I could fall asleep in a folding chair, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, Ellie. 1956.
1956 MLB Cleveland Indians trailing Baltimore Orioles 9-1 come back to win 12-11 in 11 innings.
That's what I've tried to tell people, even that night where we had just a terrible inning, got behind, never give up. The other night, what was it, 8-4? Going into the ninth inning, you guys come back and win.
I felt it.
You could feel it coming too. You could just, first couple of batters on, you start feeling the momentum. And the big difference with baseball from other sports is there's no clock. There's no time constraint for a comeback. As long as you don't get that final out, you still have a chance to come back.
Yeah.
We've been a big 2-out team this year too. Have you noticed that? I'm sure you've noticed coaching, your analytics and stuff. We've had a lot of runs scored with 2 outs. So you just don't ever give up.
1959 U.S. Open's women's golf. Churchill Valley CC. Mickey Wright successfully defends her Open title by 2 strokes from Louis Suggs.
All right, in 1975, reigning PGA Championship winner Lee Trevino and playing partners Jerry Hurd, Bobby Nichols, Jim Ahern, and Tony Jackal are struck by lightning at Western Open, suffering minor burns. That is a definite hazard on the golf course. And there's some old things you don't do. One, you don't get under a tree because it'll strike the tree first and take you with it. There used to be a joke in golf, and I'm not being blasphemous in any way. They'd say, hold up a 1-iron if you're in a lightning storm, because even God can't hit a 1-iron. I would be willing to bet he can't. So I would not hold up the 1-iron. I know he can hit it. You're up next, Sally.
All right. 1979 heavyweight Muhammad Ali confirms that his third retirement is final. It isn't.
Apparently not. He retired more times than Michael Jordan did, didn't he?
1984 Supreme Court ends NCAA monopoly on college football telecasts.
I wonder who had the monopoly back then. Probably ABC or something like that.
I was 2 years old at the time.
Don't flaunt your youth. How old were you in 1984? Not thought of yet?
No.
What year were you born?
2001.
Wow.
I graduated high school in 2001.
See, and I thought you were younger than that because I'd put you with Bannerman and them, so I was giving you a compliment earlier.
He was a freshman when I was a senior.
2001 was the last time I played against Joe Mauer before he was in our conference back home.
Oh,
Minnesota.
really?
Yeah.
All right, now this was a red letter year in American history, 1986. That's the year I graduated, so not the year I was born. American tennis player Ann White shocks Wimbledon by wearing a white one-piece lycra bodysuit in the first round match against Pam Shriver. She wears her regular outfit after the rain break. So Wimbledon is the one where you have to wear the white outfits. It's like at Augusta where the caddies have to wear the white. Everybody looks the same. They don't do anything to make it individual.
It's, like a
it's
uniform,
all it's like you're all together, type thing. But she kind of busted out the one-piece lycra bodysuit. Have you ever thought about wearing that as one of your outfits? A one-piece
I was just
lycra
thinking, I gotta
bodysuit?
search it up. I don't even know what lycra bodysuit is.
You don't want to strap it on. Trust me.
All right.
It looks like almost like leather. It's so tight and everything. All right, you're up next.
1988, Mike Tyson KOs Michael Spink in 91 seconds in Atlantic City. $67 million. I guess that's the purse.
I guess.
Oh.
I'd get in the ring for $67 million. I could take a dive real quick.
I'll just pretend I got hit and go down.
One of your favorite players probably here, Josiah. Do you remember Jose Canseco?
No, yeah, but definitely.
But you know of him, yeah.
Yeah. 1990, Jose Canseco signs a record $4.7 million per year with Oakland A's contract.
Do you know what one of his most famous things he did was?
No.
Look it up in the bloopers. Jose Canseco blooper, and I'm sure it'll pop up. Ball hit him off the head, went over for a home run. He's tracking it, and he gets back to the warning track, and I don't know why he looks down like he did, but as soon as he's looking back up, bam. Off his head. It didn't seem to phase him, and it went over the fence for a home run. So it never would have been over. It wasn't even like within leaping range, so I guess that's just the way it counts. If it doesn't hit the ground, it goes over. It's a home run.
That's weird.
All right, in 1993, New York Met pitcher Anthony Young loses his record 24 straight game. How is he still pitching, losing 24 games in a row, or 23 in a row?
Don't know.
All right, Ellie?
1999, Tony Hawk is the first skateboarder to land a 900 2.5 revolution aerial spin at the X Games in San Francisco, California.
Not me. You guys much of a skateboarder in the day?
No.
900. He went around almost 3 times totally around.
Wow.
That's nuts.
Last but not least, 2017 tennis star Serena Williams poses pregnant and nude for the cover of Vanity Fair.
I bet that was lovely with that belly sticking out. I can show you real quick. I've got one of those, but I'm not pregnant. If I was, then I could make a lot of money probably. But so that's this day in sports history, June 27th, which means tomorrow is June 28th. Let's go back to Osprey Land. Is there anything we haven't told the people? Tell them all the little logistics of online stuff they can do, QR codes, beer gardens, everything that's coming up.
So tomorrow is, if you are doing anything tomorrow, come out to the ballpark. Not only will you see the best of the best baseball players from the Old North State League and home run hitters come out to duel it off for East versus West All-Star Game. First time ever in Jacksonville something like this is being held. And a home run derby preceding that. But I mean, it's going to be a great time to come out and see something at the ballpark. The weather's going to be great. I think it's going to be a little on the warm side, but once we get to the evening, it's going to be nice
like
and
we've
cool.
had this past
weekend.
No.
Definitely a little break from earlier in the week. And then we have a color guard coming from Mag 26. We got mascots. We got tons of things, giveaways, in between inning activities. Very family-friendly environment. Bring the kids out there. I think it'd be high-level baseball that Jacksonville's never seen before. Coming to our community.
And the fans that come Saturday could be the first to see the new scoreboard.
There's
a chance it could be up. They're in the process. They've had a couple of delays, a couple of hiccups, but it's there and they're working on it. So yeah,
and
it would be cool.
Yeah, and there's several ball players. We were talking about Charlie Munoz, but anyways, some ball players that undoubtedly might sign professional contracts that will be playing there tomorrow.
You guys got a couple that have potential.
So
I've seen some talent there, and people that haven't been to the ballpark this year but maybe come last year, what are they going to notice the difference in right field? Tell us the story about it's great to have community support and great to have all the sponsors banners. You had too many, right? Because it was basically waiting down the
corporate
fence.
sponsorship has been great, especially when you're first starting a team. There's just so many hidden expenses you don't anticipate. Our players travel in a charter bus, which on some of the teams in the league, just because of budget constraints, don't necessarily have that in their budget.
There's a story there.
I know traveling is, if that's as good as we can get it, then that's great. But as far as the outfield fence you're referring to, we played our last game last year on a Monday night. Tuesday night, there was a big storm that came through, and that fence was covered with banners. Wednesday morning, Parks director texted me an image where it was broken.
Yeah.
So it took the city, several months to get it fixed, but it wasn't cheap. And they just asked that we keep some open space there to allow air to flow through.
It'd be nice if they let you do, right now it's one level of banners there. If they go maybe one more or have a gap between the two so the air can flow through. It would look good. And they give you more sponsorship banners, for people. Because I know they're lining up to do it.
We can put some bleachers up there, elevated bleachers in right field. That'd be cool. Because if we're not using the space, then maybe we can put some bleachers.
Out there,
I mean, there's a lot of cool ideas out floating around, and that, we talk with the city and things like that, but as people continue to support the program, we'll continue to see improvements at the ballpark.
And left field fence is a little lower. The top of it, that'd be a great place for the bleacher bums. Have some left field bleachers, elevated above the fence, like you talked about. The new scoreboard's going to go just a little left of where the old one is. And then a flagpole down the road will go somewhere, probably, I'm thinking, center field.
Center field, that's what the discussion has been,
somewhere where there's trees behind it will give it a really good background. So that's going to be a lot of great things going on out there. You're improving stuff as it goes. It started out great, and it's just getting better.
Yeah, shout out to all our staff. I mean, we have interns, we have operational staff, our coaches. I mean, everyone's really doing a great job. It takes a lot of work, especially when it's hot out, especially when we're setting things up. And it is a wake up and repeat process in the summer because it is a short season. It's pretty steady, but and shout out to our host families, everybody. It takes a village literally to
keep that team rolling,
run a team in the summer. So we're grateful for everybody's support.
And you talked about your staff. I mean, your support staff back there doing the concessions, Juliet with the marketing, all your interns that help, all the great people doing stuff. Your coaching staff is great. the best press porch that I know of anywhere. I don't know if anybody has a press porch that can rival ours.
It is great.
You got a guy that does great sound stuff. The whole experience there, the music and everything is just awesome.
Ben.
Tom, the announcer is just awesome. Austin with his stats. And then you got some old dude that you let meander on the mic, for the broadcast. And I appreciate that because, I sit there and sometimes they have to nudge me and, if I take a little nap. But like that one game where we thought the inning would never end, where I'll just sit there going. But then 99% of the time, it's just all excitement all the time.
Yeah,
great atmosphere.
You're right. I did fail to mention that. Staff, whole families, everybody's been great. But the people on that porch, we got Austin keeping great score. He's always been doing a great job. Devoted. Ben, music. Probably the best guy in the whole league. And he is. I'm so happy that his business, Dream Entertainment, is doing great. So if you need somebody, he's a great guy for that. Very honest, very thorough. And then you doing the broadcast, and then we have Thomas. Dylan knows Thomas from his teaching days, and Thomas has a great voice.
Were you at White Oak for a while? No. Oh, I thought he was from White Oak. Tom was.
Tom is from White Oak.
Is he? Okay. Oh, Dylan, I'm sorry.
Dylan Hughes.
Yeah, my
GM,
bad. I zoned out there for a minute.
Yeah,
See, I will fall asleep if you let me. But that's it. Come out tomorrow. Everything starts 3 to 5 for the party. One more time, the Home Run Derby, 5:40.
5:15 gates open. Tickets will be for sale at the gate. You can buy them online if you want to too. 3 and under are free. 4 and up, $12 per person. You get both the Home Run Derby and access to the All-Star game.
All right. So after the free party, the Home Run Derby and the
Home Run
game
Derby,
are all together.
Gates open 5:15. Home Run Derby 5:40. And then the Home Run All-Star games at 7 p.m.
And get there early, especially if you want to bring your chairs and camp out somewhere on one of the side, baselines. Bring your chair and you can do that. Or there are bleachers available too. Anything you want to add, Coach, before we go?
No, sir.
Well, we thank you guys. Look at the camera for the picture. We thank you guys so much for what you do out there and for getting this team up and running. Because as you've seen by the crowd turnouts, there's been a need for baseball in Jacksonville for years. There's been a want and a desire. And it's finally coming. It's happening. And so everybody come enjoy it. If you haven't come, you need to come check it out because it's a good time out there. Before we leave, we do want to thank our fine sponsors. We want to thank our caller for winning the Golden Crowd gift card, too. And, of course, Golden Crowd is one of our big sponsors, Mr. Billy Sewell and the gang. Our other sponsors are Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, Bartley Insurance Services, Bill Mercer, Lane Associates Family Dentistry, Drs. Tommy and Kim Morgan, Barnes Diamond Gallery, Onslow County Motor Company, Ben Beasley and the gang, Fountain Management, Miss Sandra Fountain, Southern Touch Painting, Jones LP Gas, located in Verona. Of course, today is $11 cylinder refill day. Jones Onslow EMC, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, Rock Creek Golf and Country Club, CNS Paint, Ron Choate and Victor Case, the Jacksonville Ospreys, possibly my favorite sponsor we have. I would say so. And National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. And then, of course, our racing report is powered by the Onslow County Motor Company. Ospreys Report by Downey's Heating and Air Conditioning. And, of course, thanks to Helen's Kitchen and Billy Grissett for feeding our crew. We're getting ready to dive into some fried bologna cheese sandwiches, cheeseburgers, and BLTs. I'm thinking of a way to combine them all into one. Just make one big sandwich. Thank you, Hollywood, for what you do. Everybody enjoy your week. 4th of July is next weekend, so love your country, and we'll see you back next week on Sports Talk.
Are we ready for a little fun? Yes. This is Rick Dees. I can't wait to meet you here this weekend. The weekly Top 40 Countdown is ready to go. Do we have some Dees sleeves for everybody?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to go out on a limb with the weekly Top 40 Sure Shot. You can win huge prizes.
I'm amazed.
The weekly Top 40 Countdown here this weekend. We'll see you.
You can check out the 80s edition of the weekly Top 40 Sunday night 6 to 10 here on Freedom 97.1 WSME.